Welcome to the branching demonstration. In this demonstration, we are going to understand more about branching in detail. So, we are going to use two different tools here to understand branching concept in a better way. One is called as source tree. This is a tool which is actually coming from Atlassian Bitbucket company. So Bitbucket is the source code management system and Atlassian is the company who has created this tool called source tree. And the other one which we are going to discuss is the Git bash itself. So let me go ahead and show you where you can download the source tree from. Go to your Google website and then type source tree. Okay, let's go ahead and see. You can just type Atlassian source tree and you can go here and download. If it is for Mac or if it is for Windows, you can just go ahead and download. This is how the interface actually looks like. Now when you download it and open, you can see the screen like this. Now what I am going to do is, I have one repository here called as backend scripts. Now this repository, I am going to add it to my source tree. Let's go ahead and see it in the source tree. Now let's go ahead and click on browse. So you click on add. This is the way you will be able to add an existing repository, your local repository. Click on browse, select the backend scripts, okay, and then add. Now what this guy will go do is, this guy will actually show you all the necessary comments that we have done. For example, the first file is created, the second file is created by a person called Nishant Kumar, then you have a new file got added, and then a master branch got created, and this is created by this person, and all the changes that you have done. For example, if you want to look at the feature branch, it will show you the feature branch details. Now we are going to actually look into more details here. Okay, let me be on the master branch, and whatever the changes that we are going to do, we are going to see in a graphical manner as well as via the command line. Now, as we know, let us go to this section called branches. Now, nearly every VCS, that is, every version control system, has some form of branching. Branching means you diverge from the main line of development and continue to work without messaging or without messing with the main line. As you know, Git doesn't store data as a series of changes or differences, but instead as a series of snapshots. Git actually stores the data. Now this can be confusing. Let us go ahead and do and understand with the help of branching. Now let me go to my repository itself. The same backend scripts I was looking at, and the same can be observed using the source tree. For example, you have 3 branches. Let me show it here. Git branch, you have 3 branches. Now let me go ahead and create a branch. Git branch testing. Now let us go ahead and see whether that got created here or not. You can see it got updated, called as testing. Now that means I have created one branch. Okay, now let us go ahead and see how these branches got evolved. Git log, okay, in one line, in a decorated fashion, I want to see all the details. Now you can see the first file got created, then the second one, and then the third one. And you can see that head to master, origin master, and then testing. Now the same thing can be observed here. Your first line created, new file added, and then a master branch. Now for example, testing. Let's go to the testing branch here. You can see here that there is a feature branch, there is another branch 001, and then there is a testing branch that got created. For example, if you go to feature branch, then there was a master branch, there is branch 001. Out of branch 001, feature 001 got created. Now, how do I switch branches? In source tree, it is easy. I click here and I switch a branch. I just click it, I'll switch the branches. But if I have to go to the command line, what I will do is I will use git checkout testing. Now, to see in which branch I am, click on git branch. You'll be able to see the testing that got highlighted with a star. Hope that was clear. Now, what if I have to do some changes? For example, I want to add a file here. Now, if you look at, I am currently in the testing branch. So let me go to my base folder. Now I am in the testing branch. Let me go ahead and create a file, testing.txt. This is from testing branch. Now you go ahead and see get status, get add testing.txt to the index. Now follow the get status. Once you're done with the get status, then what you need to do is you need to do the git commit. Changes are done in testing.txt file. Now, meanwhile, we have done a lot. Let us see what is done in the source tree. This got fetched. Now you see there is testing.txt that we have added. The moment we have added testing.txt, this is one way of showing it. See, for example, uncommitted changes. The same you can see here. There is no commits. If I do the commit here, then the source tree gets updated accordingly. At this moment, there are uncommitted changes, and that committed is this. Okay, this is from the testing branch, that whatever we have done. Now what we are going to do is let's do the commit. Now the commit is done. Let us see the git status. Yes, it's committed. Let us go ahead and see here. It takes a minute quickly to the update. You see, changes are done in the testing file. The one whatever we have written here, okay, as a part of our commit is actually given here. And whatever the changes that we have done, see the committer, author, whoever it is getting it. Now, what if I want to see in a decorated fashion? I can go ahead and do that. Git log, let me clear it. Git log, one liner, decorated in a graph way and all. Now you can see step by step what exactly happened in a detailed fashion on a command line. Hope that was clear from the operations that we have done. Now we will also learn how do we actually create different kinds of ways. For example, in this case, we have created a testing branch. Now let us go ahead and create a feature branch. Now you can observe very clearly that most of the branch strategy is flat. You can see the graph, it's flat. Testing, it's flat. Okay. You can see, observe clearly master, feature one, branch, master, and then testing. Now what we will do is, let us diverge the graph. For example, let us do this. Now at this moment, let us switch to Git. Before that, let me actually switch into a dual monitor type so that it is easy for you to understand the labs that we are doing. Now let's understand. Let us switch to Git checkout testing. Now the moment you switch to testing, there are only 4 files. What I will do is, from the testing branch, I'm going to go ahead and delete the files. And let us see the status. Now, what I'm doing is, I'm just doing a git add, git commit, deleted few files. Now, git status. If you see, when I have git testing, git branch, when I have a testing branch active, I only have one file. But let me activate, or let me check out the master branch. The moment I have a master branch, you can see I have 3 more files. Okay, I don't have testing file here, but let me check out the master again. Sorry, testing. You can see I have a testing file. Now what we are going to do is, let us go ahead and check out other files. If you see feature, I have only one file. Now git checkout testing. Okay, now let's go ahead and observe what is happening. Here, if you look at, there's no other changes. Let's come here. Let's create git checkout -b. Now I want to create a branch, okay, called as my feature. But this feature should be created from testing. Okay, let me show you. Now what happens? I'm switched to my feature. If you, as soon as the moment I switch to my feature, you can see still I am in testing. Now what I'm going to add is, I'm going to add a file called as my feature.txt. This is my feature. Now let me go ahead and see the status. Okay, let me add it to the index. Now git commit -m. Let's go ahead and add the commit statement. Committing the my feature.txt. Now you can see git status. Now it is very clear that our branch is derived from testing branch. From testing branch, I got the my feature branch. Now let us see that in the source tree. If you go to my feature, okay, it's very clear. Now if I go to the master branch, everything is flat. Okay, the graph is entirely flat. No worries. What we will do is, let's go hit here. Now I have a git checkout master branch. The moment I switch to master branch, I have 3 different other set of files. Now what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and merge them. Okay, for example, git checkout testing. So I only have testing file now. What I'm going to do is git merge -no ff. Now before I hit the command, let me actually brief you out what exactly this -no ff is going to do. Okay, now the -no ff flag actually causes the merge to always create a new commit object, even if the merge could be performed with a fast forward. This actually avoids losing the information about a historical existence of the existing branch and groups together all the commits that are together added to a feature. Is this confusing? Don't worry. As we progress, you will understand it. And also this kind of fast forwarding will help you to capture all the Git history, which of the Git objects together it has implemented. You will have manually read messages of Git commit, but once you do a merge, you will lose the commits. But this way, you will not lose the commits. And whenever in the future, if you want to revert, the reverting a whole feature is pretty easy if you use fast forwarding. Otherwise, if you don't use fast forwarding and merge, then it's going to be very difficult for you to go back and then do the necessary changes. Let's go ahead and implement that. So it's asking that the merging is going on. That's absolutely fine. I'm just going to save the merge. Now, did you observe? I have two files, my feature. However, I am in testing branch. I'm only supposed to have testing.txt. But why I have my feature? For example, let me check out. Check out my feature. So my feature has testing as well as git checkout testing. Because I have done a merge, it was easy for me to combine the data. Now let us observe the same factors from a source tree. Now let's go to the testing branch, the active testing branch. Now it will be easy for you to understand. For example, my feature branch. If you go, I have a feature branch. Then out of feature branch 001 got derived, and then you have master or origin branch. Now for the same master, changes are done in the testing file, my feature files. Now can you see there is something called my feature? What is this? This is your testing branch. From the testing branch, my feature branch is got created separately, and that got merged into testing branch again. I hope that was clear. Now what we will do is, let us go ahead and understand a common ways of creating other branches. Some of the other ways of creating different branches is, some people what they do, for example, I'm done with testing, I'm happy. Okay, let me go ahead and do the testing. Git branch. So I'm currently in the testing branch. Okay, let me check out the testing. Okay, now I'm in the testing branch. Now what happens is, once the testing is successful, people want to do a release. Let us go ahead and do a release branch. Git checkout. It is always suggested that, okay, you create release 1.0. Okay, maybe for example, release 1.0 from the testing branch. I don't want to check out from the development branch. I want to check out from the testing branch. Do the checkout. Now git status. Now currently you are in the testing branch. You can observe it from here. You can see testing 1.0 that got created. Now what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and add a release notes. See, this is my release. Generally I will have a release notes. Release 1.0 notes. This is the release notes for 1.0. Now let us see the git status. Now let's add it to the index. Okay, it is added to the index. Tracking is enabled. Git commit -m. Release notes is added and ready to build. Okay, now what will happen is, a release branch is created. That means now this code is ready. Now what if I have to go back again? Git status or git checkout testing. But if you go to testing, I don't have a release because release branch is entirely different. Now until and unless I merge it back, I will not have. So what generally we do is when I am in the testing branch, I will merge it back. How do I merge it? Git merge. Observe my left side, I only have 2 files. Now that will become 3 files. Git merge -- no ff. Now I want to merge release branch into the testing branch. Now I have saved the file, and did you observe that? The release notes got added. It was only 2 files. Now the release notes got added. Now if you look at git status, and then now let us refresh here. Now let's go to the testing branch. See, you cannot see the other branches here, but if you go to the testing branch, you'll observe them clearly. See, the updating is taking some time, but if you observe them very clearly, all the data that is present here. Testing branch, release branch, my feature branch, and other branches. You can see the extensions that you have got. Now, what if I have to see everything in a command line? That's pretty easy. The one which we have done, we'll go and see. Git log online, then decorate graph all. Okay, it has unrecognized the comment called online. It's one line. There was a typo error. Now you can see that it's pretty much the same. If you observe them very clearly, they're equivalent. You can observe them here. It is the same. Hope that was clear about the branching and branching techniques. Looking forward to see you in the next class.